Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news postcard on TayNinhTV with some last events in our province as well as nationwide. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on September 29, the Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of the People's Council of Taynan Province, Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, visited and presented the Mid-Autumn Festival gifts to the children in Trảng Bàng Ward and Phước Chỉ commune of Trảng Bàng Town. The Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of the People's Council of Taynan Province, Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, and the local government leaders presented 235 gifts to the children in special circumstances and the children at risk of falling into special circumstances. Its gift is worth for 650,000 Vietnam dong, including the lanterns, the mooncakes, and cars. Speaking at the gift-giving points, the Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of the People's Council of Taynan Province requested the local party committees and authorities to continue to pay attention and support the children to have conditions to rise up in life, and thereby implementing the party and the state policies with the spirit of no one is left behind. And in the afternoon of September 29, the Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of the People's Committee of Taynan Province, Nguyễn Văn Úc, chaired a meeting to listen to reports from the associations and unions on the progress of implementing the key transport projects, including Ho Chi Minh City Ring Road No. 4, Đức Hòa Dynamic Access, Tân An Bình Hiệp Road, Provincial Roads of 827E. Also attending the meeting, there was member of Provincial Party Standing Committee, Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, Nguyễn Minh Lâm. The Ho Chi Minh City Ring Road No. 4 construction investment project was approved by the National Assembly in Resolution No. 220 in 2025. According to the project is about 78.3 kilometers long, of which the section through Taynan Province has a route length of 74.5 kilometers. The section through Ho Chi Minh City has a route length of 3.8 kilometers. And currently, the Long An Construction Investment Project Management Board has completed the survey work and is preparing a feasibility study report expected to be approved before December 31st of 2025. The first phase of site clearance has been handed over to the locality, and the second phase is expected to be handed over to the locality by the end of November of 2025. For the Tân An Bình Hiệp Road project, the route length is 63.5 kilometers with a total investment of about 8,478 billion Vietnam dong, and the Đức Hòa Dynamic Access project with a route length of about 23.5 kilometers with a total investment of 9,261 billion Vietnam dong. Currently, the consulting unit is preparing a pre-feasibility study report of the above two projects as the basis for submission to the Appraisal Council and the Provincial People's Council for approval of the investment policy. The Department of Finance is presiding over and coordinating with the relevant units to review and advise on adjusting the provincial planning related to the route before submitting for approval of the investment policies. And for provincial roads number 827E, the length is about 35.6 kilometers. The starting point is at Cần Duộc River bordering Ho Chi Minh City. The end point borders Đồng Tháp Province. The length is about 10.58 kilometers, and the total investment is about 1,433 billion Vietnam dong. The units are continuing to implement the procedures to implement the project. Concluding the meeting, the Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Văn Úc requested the relevant associations and units to speed up the procedures related to the process, such as approval, site clearance, selection of the construction units, and proactive handling of violations during the project implementation. The Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of Provincial People's Committee also noted the need to ensure the necessary resources and construction materials for the process. Relevant associations and units closely coordinate with the localities where the project passes through to ensure the unity and efficiency in the project implementation process. And according to the adjusted GRDP economic growth scenario in 2025, the province sets a target for Region 1 agriculture, forestry and fishery to reach 4.3% or more, contributing to the overall growth of the whole province and reaching at least 9.3%, rating a breakthrough foundation for the period of 2026 to 2030. Specifically, the province built two options. Option 1, Region 1 growth for 4.3%, focusing on developing high-tech agriculture, converting the crop structure appropriately, striving for rice output of over 4.13 million tons, high-quality rice accounting for 70% or more. The total output of rice meat is nearly 280,000 tons. Aquatic products are more than 174,000 tons. Option number 2. The growth of 4.54% with an additional increases in some key indicators. The rice output is over 4.14 million tons. Total aquatic products output is over 193,000 tons. Fresh meat is over 293,000 tons and acreage for 1,900 million. And to implement this, the province focuses on key solutions such as promoting the application of science technology, disease prevention, removing disadvantages for the rice industry, implementing the project to develop 1 million hectares of high-quality, low-emission rice associated with a green growth in the Mekong Delta. At the same time, encouraging the farmers to yield high-quality varieties and apply the advanced farming techniques to improve the production efficiency. And with a favorable geographical location, along with many incentive programs and policies, in recent years, TayNin has been attracting the leading investors in fields of high-tech livestock farming.
The province has welcomed many large corporations such as the Hills Netherlands, Hùng Nhân, Mason, Belga TayNin, Vinamilk, etc. These investors have chosen TayNin to build large-scale livestock projects, applying the most advanced equipment and technology in production. TayNin not only focuses on attracting investment, but also focuses on developing circular agricultural economy and green agriculture, especially reusing agricultural byproducts to reduce emissions. The province aims to have 100% of farms and 60% of livestock households apply waste treatment and reuse technology to build a modern, eco-friendly livestock industry.
And ladies and gentlemen, despite its developed livestock industry, Vietnam still spends a lot of money each year to import meat. According to the Import-Export Department under Ministry of Industry and Trade, in the first 7 months of the year, our country imported for more than 534,000 tons of meat and meat products, worth for more than $1 billion, an increase of 11% in the volume compared to the same period last year. This reality raises the urgent need to increase domestic livestock capacity, self-sufficiency to ensure the food security, and reduce dependence on imports. This reality raises the urgent need to increase domestic livestock capacity, self-sufficiency to ensure the food security, and reduce dependence on imports. In that context, the high-tech multi-story livestock project with a total investment of 12 trillion Vietnam dong in TayNin province, aiming to supply 1.6 million pigs to the market each year, is expected to contribute to increasing the domestic livestock capacity, stabilizing the market, and reducing the pork imports for Vietnam. The project is the result of cooperation between Vietnamese and Chinese enterprises, applying high technology to livestock farming, reducing emissions, reducing environmental pollution, lowering costs, and increasing food quality to consumers. The signing of the implementation agreement between the two corporations has important significance for the friendly cooperation between the two countries. For the application of high technology, a project containing in 5 years will double the current pork output, equal to the output of the whole TayNin province, proactively providing foods, especially pork, accounting for 65% of the total meat output, is important in many aspects. In 2026, we will meet the scale of 1.6 to 1.8 pigs to the market. And with this project, we will promote the process of increasing the herd and increasing the output of pigs to the market very quickly. In particular, with this project, it is expected that each year we will supply 1.6 to 1.8 million pigs. And it is expected that by the end of 2027, nearly 20,000 first commercial pigs from the high-tech multi-story house farming project will be supplied to the market in the southern provinces, meeting the increasing consumer demand and stabilizing the pork prices at the end of the year. And it is also a pioneering model that creates momentum for the wave of investment in high-rise farms in Vietnam, gradually transforming the domestic livestock industry to a modern and sustainable stage. The implementation of national target programs has been actively promoted by regulators in TayNinhTV. However, the disbursement of capital between programs is significantly different, requiring timely promotion solutions at all levels. Accordingly, the total capital plan assigned to the national target program in 2025 is more than 252 billion Vietnam dong, and by mid-September, the total disbursed capital was more than 211 billion Vietnam dong, reaching nearly 60% of the yearly plan. In particular, the national target program on new rural construction continues to maintain an impressive disbursement rate, reaching more than 208 billion Vietnam dong. However, the disbursement rate of the remaining two programs, the National Target Program for Sustainable Poverty Reduction and the National Target Program for Social Economic Development in the ethnic minority and mountainous areas, is quite low and needs special attention. The last difference is the disbursement rates between the programs challenge. The authorities need to quickly review and remove obstacles in procedures and documents so that the capital can soon reach the people and maximize the effectiveness in the last months of 2025. And ladies and gentlemen, in the period of 2006 to 2030, TayNinhTV aims to reduce the multi-dimensional poverty limits, raise poverty, and improve the people's quality of life, strive to have no more poor households by 2030.
In 2025, the home province has over 3,000 poor households, accounting for about 0.37%. The target is to reduce 409 households, estimated to be 0.32% by the end of the year. To achieve the goal of no more poor households by 2030 and improve the quality of new rural areas, the province needs to speed up capital disbursement, review and adjust the set of new rural criteria, operate rural transport, schools, medical infrastructure, support the development of cooperatives, link value chains, apply science and technology, and digital transformation. In addition, the province implements preferential rated policies, supports groups of poor households that are unable to work with separate policies, promotes propaganda and emulation movements for the poor, arouses the spirit of self-reliance, resolutely implements solutions, mobilizes maximum resources, promotes the role of the entire political system and consensus of the people in sustainable poverty reduction.
And ladies and gentlemen, TayNinhTV is increasingly becoming an attractive and a safe destination for domestic and also foreign investors with the policies and benefits in accordance with the law, as well as the province support to promptly support and remove the difficulties and obstacles in production and business activities. Not only does it have all the factors of location, infrastructure, resources, and policies, but the province also shows its determination to become a safe, attractive, and sustainable investment destination. Accordingly, TayNinhTV has many support policies always committed to accompanying businesses and investors with the most practical and effective actions, exploiting the potential and advantages in attracting investment to the country. The preferential policies on tax and administrative support from the local government have given the strength to the foreign invested enterprises like us. In the process of investing and developing in the country, we have received a lot of support from the government, the local authorities, especially in removing difficulties and creating a favorable investment environment. This is an important driving force for businesses to feel secure in production and business activities and develop sustainably and contribute positively to the social economic development of the country. TayNinhTV's economic scale currently ranks for 10 in the country, and the province is also one of the top localities in the country in attracting investment, especially FDI. Currently, TayNinhTV province is home to more than 38,000 enterprises with a total registered capital of more than 916 trillion Vietnam dong. The province has also attracted more than 3,000 domestic projects with a registered capital of about 690 trillion Vietnam dong, more than 1,900 FDI projects with a total capital over 24.3 billion US dollar. And with a steady progress in terms of capital scale, number of projects, and quality of investors, the province has once again affirmed its position on the investment map of Vietnam. In the investment strategy, we are very interested in logistics industry, trade, high-tech agriculture. The thing that TayNinhTV needs an investor also wants to invest in TayNinhTV, and these investments have balanced and developed TayNinhTV more sustainably in industry, trade, and tourism. TayNinhTV is undergoing a strong transformation, a dynamic, active, and proactive locality in international change and cooperation activities, seeking development opportunities and ready to welcome a new wave of investment in the context of deep integration of the global economy. And as of September this year, the agricultural sector of TayNinhTV recorded impressive results in rice production, when the total output of the whole province exceeded 4 million tons, affirming the ability and stability and sustainable development of TayNinhTV agriculture.
Of particular importance is the strong shift in rice quality, with the proportion of high-quality rice accounting for over 70%. This shows that farmers are actually applying rice varieties with high economic value, better meeting export and domestic consumption needs. It is noteworthy that farmers have applied scientific and technological advances in production, especially mechanization in production, contributing to the province's effective implementation of the 1 million hectare emission reduction project. Mechanization in production, especially in land preparation and harvesting, has now reached nearly 100%. In 2025, the agricultural sector of TayNinhTV aims to achieve a rice output of more than 4,130,000 tons. With the current production momentum, this target is completely feasible. To continue to increase the value of rice, the province will continue to encourage and support farmers to assess the production trend, ensure stable output, and increase farmers' income, as well as increase the sustainable economic value of the locality.
Another interesting information on the afternoon of September 28, the People's Committee of Cà Mau Province coordinated with the People's Committee of Ho Chi Minh City and the Vietnam Tourism Association to organize the workshop on positioning Cà Mau tourism brand in the overall national tourism. The workshop stated that developing Cà Mau tourism products in a new space associated with the forest sea ecosystem and indigenous culture not only effectively exploit the strengths of locality, but also contributes to preserving nature, preserving cultural identity, and improving community life. At the event, Cà Mau Province launched a program to build and develop typical tourism products, focusing on four main groups: eco-cultural experience tourism, historical spiritual cultural tourism, culinary culture tourism, and solutions for developing tourism human resources. And these are specific steps to turn Cà Mau into an attractive, safe, and special destination in the hearts of domestic and also foreign tourists. And ladies and gentlemen, in TayNinhTV, the movement on people unite to build a cultural life defines the core content as building a cultural family by the family. And the family is the cell of the society. The happier family, the more civilized the society. And it is the goal and also the result achieved by this movement. For many years, Mr. Đinh Văn Tám and Mrs. Nguyễn Thị Bé, who live in Vĩnh Công Commune, have been recognized as the cultural family for more than 40 years, raising for 3 children to adulthood and having stable job. In addition, Mr. Tám has always fulfilled his responsibility as president of the Farmer Association for the past 15 years. Whatever we can do, we see and know we will convey to our members and farmers to strive to improve. The first important thing is to raise the children from our small families, and a family is the cell of the society. On families that raise their children well will make society better. And it is the family of Mr. Lê Văn Náo and Mrs. Phạm Thị Gương in Kênh Bích hamlet of Nhân Ninh Commune, who were just honored as outstanding cultural family at the provincial level in June of 2025. For more than 45 years of living together, they have always maintained a warm family tradition, raising for 4 talented children. Their family has also achieved the title of Good Farmer Businessman for many consecutive years, contributing to the development of local economy. Mr. Náo is currently the head of the Veteran Association of the hamlet. In general, if I have to arrange family work, state and local work, I have to complete it well, and family work must be done well. In general, I also meet with the people and I also educate them about security and order, perform well the duties of local citizens, and comply with the state laws. And after a merger, the whole Thailand province has more than 695,000 families recognized as cultural families, reaching a rate of nearly 95%. And this number not only affirms the strong spread of the movement on people united to build a cultural life, but also demonstrate the consensus of Thailand people in building a civilized lifestyle in the country. And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.